What exactly are you suing Tomasz Piątek for?
So last year, Piątek penned a column in Gazeta Wyborcza suggesting that I was on Trump's payroll and that I was part of a cabal of right-wing malefactors along with circles involved with Putin and Netanyahu that were looking to destabilize democracy, that were involved in all sorts of, by insinuation, bad faith action, that it was necessary to open up this litigation to both clear my name as well as to encourage the debate on free speech and where free speech ends and defamation begins. It was not coincidental that James O'Keefe and I and Project Veritas engaged in an investigation into George Soros' Open Society Foundation to see if they were funding KOD. And at the same moment we unleashed in the US press what we found, George Soros was investing and bailing out Agora and Gazeta Wyborcza through an organization he has that he founded called MDIF, Media Development Investment Fund. So as George Soros invests in Agora and James and I were investigating whether George Soros was funding KOD, Tomasz Piątek wrote this piece about me. And so I believe this was a thinly veiled, vengeful, defamatory shot.
I understand there is no contact, no connection between you and Mr. Trump whatsoever.
I've met him. I have no formal connection to him. We certainly have people that we both know in our circle that we have engaged with. I am engaged in the political debate on the American right. I am not on the administration's payroll. I do not formally advise the administration. I have no real connection to the White House, despite knowing people who do work in the White House.
What do you demand from Mr. Piątek in your lawsuit?
So it's a couple things. One is I would like my name cleared, so I want the 10 or so lies, 10 or a dozen lies that I believe are incontrovertibly false and easily would have been verified to do so if there was a good faith effort to do journalism. I want on the webpage, I want to stay up and I want it to be seen, highlighted each one of these lies with a notation of what the lie is and why it's a lie. Number two, I believe that there should be, within an enforcement action, some ramification, and usually in a case like this, financial is the best way to disincentivize these kind of bad actions. So I'm suing on behalf of 5 charities, charities that do swing to the right, which I believe would be putative on a moral basis for Agora to make a payout to.
What's the sum of money that you demand from Mr. Piątek?
Not a huge amount, but something that shows that there's a little bit of meaning to being found guilty in a case like this. 50,000 zloty in aggregate, so that's 10,000 zloty for each of these five charities. So.